Oh man, this is just gonna send those fake moon landing conspiracy theorists wild. Fly Me to the Moon. Marketing maven Kelly Jones wreaks havoc on launch director Cole Davis's already difficult task of landing a rocket on the moon. When the White House deems the mission too important to fail, the countdown truly begins. It's a bit of a cryptic summary from IMDb, but it is essentially just a rom-com fixed around NASA and their mission to the moon. If you've seen the trailer for this at all, you'll know why what I'm about to say is important, but this is a work of fiction. The only real events that take place in this are, well, the astronauts and their names, the campaign to win the public over again for the moon landing, and that, well, we landed on the moon. A large part of this story is around Kelly, our marketing genius, being told she needs to shoot a fake moon landing sequence in case the real one fails. I fear there might be those that come away from this thinking that the moon landing was actually staged. Fingers crossed not. Anyways, let's wind back a little. The story is centered around this hard-headed launch director going toe-to-toe with the ever-cunning marketing genius as they butt heads against each other over what is important for the mission versus what is important to win over the hearts of the Americans. As a whole, the story works. It feels a bit reductive to say this, but it's just a great example of an easy-to-watch warm movie. The story is fairly well-paced and also progresses forward, hitting the exact beats you expect it to, but it executes them very cleanly. Just because you know what's coming doesn't mean that you won't enjoy this, and that's because of our two biggest components, being Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson. Unsurprisingly, I guess, but their chemistry together is really what binds this. It's equal parts comical, charming, and earnest, and watching these two interact was what was always entertaining to watch. Channing Tatum is convincing in his unshaking determination to finally reach the moon, and Scarlett Johansson oozes charisma to make you feel she's just up there as the best in her business. I'd say towards the end of the film, where you expect the finale to get more tense as it reaches its resolution, it takes a more comical slapstick turn of events which was just a little bit surprising. With this and Quiet Place Day 1, cats are really big in cinemas at the moment. I'm not sure if it really takes away from the ending or not. I don't think it bothered me that much, as after all this is a romantic comedy, so I'm fine with a more light-hearted style to finish it all up. Yeah, it's certainly not a serious story, so don't go into this expecting that. Besides our two main leads, we also have a decent supporting cast. Woody Harrelson plays our suspicious CIA agent working in the shadows for his own agenda. It's basically Woody Harrelson playing, well, as Woody Harrelson, but his light-hearted, nonchalant approach works for the story. Jim Rash, who I've not seen since the Community TV show, is just a lot of fun here. Brings that Dean energy that's just dialed up to a flamboyant 11. Great fun watching him in it. And then Anna Garcia is also a fun sidekick to Scarlett Johansson, and her bits aren't too difficult to really do, but, you know, she gets some fun lines. But the real standout for me though, Romano. I honestly loved him in this. He was just such a sincere, lovable guy. And it goes from funny and witty to having a couple of decent emotional scenes as well. I want to see him do more. I want to see him be in more stuff. As a last point to this, I will say both set and costume designs are really awesome. Throwing us back into the 70s, the layout reflects this really well, and I kind of rate the costume designers not shying away from reusing certain clothes when the days had gone by. We all wear clothes more than once, even if movies try to convince us otherwise. But yeah, that's kind of my hot take on this really. It's fairly short, well paced, in a light-hearted fashion that wraps itself into that easy fun watch category, which I think is what you're kind of aiming for when you're making a good rom-com. Unless you're really into that genre, you're probably not going to be rushing to see this anytime soon, but I will say that if you want a light-hearted, relaxing couple of hours, give this one a go. It's a recommendation from me. Right, yeah, so Fly Me to the Moon. It came out last weekend, so maybe you've already seen it. If so, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime, and video games. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye bye.